Okay, so the next question is, where is the story based and what's the significance?
It's based in Alamogordo, New Mexico.
Yes.
Alamogordo means fat cottonwood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because they touch it, but they don't, the author doesn't really say it, but there's segregation going on. Like she touches how there's a colored school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And how there's like the poor side of town, and just so happens that the poor side of town is all the blacks and the Mexicans and stuff like that, and people, who came over. It just so happens that that's how it's set
I
up.
think that the main significance of where they live is, with all the rockets and everything. That's where it happened.
That's the actual site.
That's where the people live that would work on these rockets and that would do this testing and stuff. So, it's actually where that piece of American history happened.
Like Trinity.
Well, it's not like
So
it's a
it's not
vacation
like,
spot.
yeah. Well, it's not like it's, she picked somewhere just out in the middle of nowhere that, they could have been testing rackets.
Yeah.
Rackets, I'm sorry.
That's
But they said it where it was actually happening, in real American history. So.
And she said she's actually been there before, and doing all her research, she was there and she visited the Trinity site and everything like that. So
A lot of people didn't like it because they thought like people from that town were had radiation or something. So a lot of people actually avoided the town. Like no one ever really wanted to go there until it's radiation free. It's okay, you can go. But
You don't get superpowers?
Nobody wants to glow in the
No,
dark.
you don't get superpowers. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. Next question.
Okay, next question.
How do you think the community reacted to the pamphlets Mrs. Gordon sent out?
I think they ignored them.
There was probably mixed reactions because there are people that did have the same concerns because after we talked about this in class after the A-bomb was dropped and there's they started building up newer weapons and stuff like that. A lot of people were worried because of that idea of push button devastation. You push a button and there goes
1,000 people.
there goes 100,000 people or more. You drop one of those on New York, you're gonna kill most everybody there, or do a large chunk of damage. So people were legitimately worried about that.
And then there was those people
Like,
that were ignorant, and they're just like a lot of those commercials that they showed, like the little turtle thing.
Yeah, duck and cover.
A lot of people just were, I'll go about your normal day lives. Nothing is going on, that whole
A lot of that
mindset.
though was pushed by the government and stuff like that because they didn't want people to go into a full-blown panic over it. So
That makes things way worse.
But they
Yeah, a
still
lot
made
of
bomb
people-
shelters in their backyards.
Yeah.
You know,
Most
that
of
was
those would not have been
normal.
effective against nuclear fallout, but it's. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Somebody else want to tell me?
Well, even modernly with chemical warfare, there are people in the Middle East that have panic rooms in their house.
Oh yeah.
So
And the suits and stuff that they supply
Yeah.
to GIs.
gas masks.
Yeah, if you ever know anybody who actually got issued one of those, most of them don't work.
Because
They're broken.
if it's supposed to be efficient, you'll only get something efficient like that if it's military grade. So obviously, basically what they were giving them was a snorkel mask with a cup on the front.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna
Or an
be the woman
architect.
that walks in there and she's gonna go, these curtains do not work for me. And she's gonna just reorganize those things you said, those shows that she had TLC, that's how I see her, because what she did for the wall, I believe, helped shape who she was gonna be. Even though she had awareness, when she stood up for the whole, people melting because of radiation or something like that in class, even though she knows about it, I don't think that's where her passion is, because that's where her passion was. She would have done more of what Dewey was doing to the wall. She did more of a uniqueness to the wall. She did all the prettiness and all the oohs and ahs.
I see Susie being an architect or something. 'Cause
Yeah, that's what I said.
She's extremely intelligent. She is. Or something like that, because she does like the beauty and stuff, but even working with Dewey, she likes the physics, she just didn't understand it quite to the extent that Dewey did. It's not that it was completely Chinese to her or anything else, it was that you know, you hand me Chinese, I'm not gonna be able to read it. I mean, but I mean, she understood it. She could grasp the concepts. I think I can definitely see her being something like an architect or something like that. That would just
Something like high tech like that. Right?
yeah, but
More
it has to be
hands-on,
design
hands-on.
art too.
Mhm.
You know, something that she can build that you know is both functional and beautiful.
That shows what she wants like to portray.
I see like
Sculpture.
Suits like designing it and making it come to like be real. Like
Designer cell phones.
Going from
stuff
like,
that.
everybody, like if you drive by it, like to see it, like compared to just one person sitting in, like in a home or like a building, like an art museum or like.
It'll be
and
like,
Dewey's obvious. You know she's gonna go with something that has to do with science.
Yeah, definitely.
it'll be the 60s when they're grown up, supposedly, if it's like the 40s now. So when they're grown up,
Late
it'll be the
40s.
60s.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be perfect for them.
logical.
Yeah.
Maybe they turned into hippies.
Yeah, see,
Way to be
or
technical.
they'll be Vietnam War activists, I'm just saying.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
You
somebody
do tend to change
Beatles.
between the age of 14 and the age of 20, so you never know.
They could have got caught up in the hippie sensation and done nothing.
Actually, I think they're a little bit old for that.
Dewey invented a time machine.
There you go.
I can see that.
I don't see a time machine, so.
Does anybody else have anything they want to put
Oh.
in on this?
No, I'm good.
Well,
Are we
I-
signing off?
We're signing
We're
off
signing
our
off.
discussion about White Sands Red Menace by Ellen Clages, College 101.